Well, isn't this cozy? As you know, I, William Faulkner, don't normally grant interviews, but when I saw your photo I couldn't refuse. You know how well I like the ladies.
Actually, I've never interviewed anyone. I'm no Nobel Prize laureate. But the local Waffle House closed, and when I applied for this news job the interviewer stared at me and said that I'd be perfect.
Well, now, let's get started. I am an American writer. I was born in 1897 in Mississippi and lived most of my life there. I'm famous for writing novels, short stories, plays, poetry, essays, and screenplays.
Where did all your stories take place? All over the world?
No, most took place in the fictional county of Yoknapatawpha, but it was based on my home county of Lafayette, Mississippi.
What was it like when you were a boy, in the early 1900s, in Mississippi?
It was good in ways and not so good in others. One major problem of the time was racism. It's something I wrote about, along with my contemporaries Mark Twain, Tennessee Williams, and Harper Lee.
Harper Lee? Didn't he write about hunting birds?
No. She wrote about racism in the South, but the title of her famous novel is To Kill a Mockingbird, which celebrated its 50th anniversary just last week. It was on all the liberal news stations.
I'll have to add that one to my reading list, right next to Green Eggs and Ham. I should probably add a few of yours. What have you written?
I will tell you the top 5 for which I am most famous. 2 of my novels won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction. The Fable, an allegorical story of World War I, set in the trenches in France, dealt with a mutiny. And The Reavers, a story of 3 unlikely thieves, including an 11-year-old, who will leave Mississippi, heading toward Tennessee in a stolen car.
This might surprise you, William, but I was caught shoplifting when I was 11.
Somehow, I'm not shocked.
Wow, neither was my family. Anyway, what are the other 3 novels?
The next 3 have all been ranked by Modern Library in their 100 best English language novels of the 20th century. They include The Sound and the Fury, a tragedy of a family and their black servant, As I Lay Dying, the story of a family and the stories they tell while taking the dead body of their matriarch to the place where she wanted to bury it, and Light in August, a novel about hopeful perseverance in the face of difficult circumstances.
Wow, that's deep.
Yes, I would agree. As a matter of fact, many people find my novels difficult to read and have to reread them to understand them.
Oh yeah. I brought something I'm supposed to read out loud now, at the end of our interview. It was written by some college professor at the University of Mississippi. Is that okay with you?
Certainly.
Despite the difficulty of your written works, you teach us better than most writers what it means to be an American, not just an American from the South. We must each learn to share the heritage wrought by slavery and learn to understand the prejudice and greed that forged its development. You, Mr. Faulkner, are able to lead us to a personal understanding of man's inhumanity to man.
Well, thanks for a good time. Goodbye.